Hey, my name is Jeremy Kroeker, and this is an announcement video. It's also a video where I'm playing with some new audio and visual equipment, and if I'm not careful, it could be a blooper reel where I fall into a creek. But for now, let's just say that it's an announcement video. First, some context. In 2019, I set off from Canada with a couple of motorcycles and my partner, Elle West. 2019, there were some problems. Yeah, so the plan was for me and Elle to ride our motorcycles all the way from Canada down to Argentina and then back again. Well, the plan was going okay till we got to Argentina. In fact, we even took a side trip to Antarctica, so still kind of on plan. But on the way back, 2020, March, well, you know what happened. There was a global pandemic, and Elle and I got stuck for 5 months in Uruguay. The borders closed all around us as the pandemic, wreaked havoc on the globe. I don't know. Think I can walk across this water while focusing on my narrative? I think I can. As soon as we got back to Canada, by the way, we had to ship our motorcycles home. And then we had to fly a very circuitous route back. We had to fly from Uruguay to Spain and then Portugal and then back to Canada. It was kind of a strange time, you know? But as soon as we got back, quarantine and all that, we started planning for our next trip. Well, planning isn't quite the right word, but we did start saving up for our next trip. And that's where we are today. Elle, on a whiteboard, wrote 2026, and that just served as a reminder that was our goal, was to depart on another big motorcycle trip, and that's what we're doing. Okay, so I'm not going to bury the lead anymore. Elle and I are on the road again, beginning very soon. In fact, by the time you see this video, we may already be on the road. We're shipping a couple of motorcycles from Canmore, Canada, to Paris, France. And from Paris, France, the plan is we're going to ride all the way down to Cape Town, South Africa. We don't have a timeline because if you're watching this, you may already know my backstory. I was a garbage collector with a mountain municipality until I made a music video about being a garbage man, and then I got fired. Best day of my life. So I actually don't have a job to come back to. And Elle, to prove her commitment to this trip, actually recently had to resign from her position as well. So the only thing that's stopping us from staying on the road for multiple years is money and enthusiasm. We don't have a lot of money saved up, but I think we've got enough to get ourselves from Paris, France, all the way down to Cape Town. I'm laughing because I've tried to make this video a bunch of times now, and I'm just struggling. So I decided rather than writing a script, I'm just gonna grab my little camera here and go right off the dome. This is all free-flowing, as you can probably tell. Anyway, I wanted to let you know that Elle and I are back on the road very soon, shipping our motorcycles from Canmore, Canada, to Paris, France, and then from there taking maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years, and riding all the way down to Cape Town, South Africa. We'll make some detours along the way, and depending on weather and depending on enthusiasm and depending on money and all that kind of stuff, we may actually scoot all the way across to the east side of Africa and then go up to Kenya and then come down farther south. But we really have to watch the weather. We have to watch our budget, of course, and that's partly why I'm making this video now too, is because I want to invite you along on this journey. Yes, the plan is that my YouTube channel will help subsidize our trip. Will it pay for it? I don't know, that remains to be seen. Currently, as long as we're talking about money, I may as well be fully transparent. Currently, my YouTube channel makes a whopping $1 every day. So that's not enough to pay for an intercontinental motorcycle trip. But who knows? Maybe if I 10x my output, I might 10x my income. $10 a day. So that's the announcement. Now, let's talk about a few things I want to get off my chest. Some of you may be wondering, what bikes are we taking? Elle and I purchased 2 brand new Honda CRF 300L rallies, and we're kitting them up right now and getting them ready for the journey. How close are we to being ready with those bikes? Not very. I feel quite stressed out at this point in the planning with our lack of preparation. You know, like, I'm not a great planner, and Elle has been, up until present day, very busy at work. Now, that will change soon. Soon she will have as much leisure time as I do, as her last day of work is coming up pretty quick. But, you know, we still have to install a few things on our bikes. We have done some modifications and some upgrades, and I think I'll probably make some videos about that as well. The Honda CRF 300L Rally is good at a lot of things, including being lightweight and maneuverable, but it's horrible at some things, including the stock suspension, which we changed out. We got a brand new suspension from K-Tech out of the UK, and I'll probably do a video about that. And we got luggage from Turkana, a company out of South Africa, and we have some other modifications and bits and bobs that we have to bolt on. SW Mototech, we've got some crash bars that we need to put on, Renthal handlebars from the UK again, and then Barkbusters lever guards from Australia, and the list goes on and on and on. But this isn't really a gear video. It's an announcement. Me and Elle are back on the road, and I'm really leaning into YouTube on this journey, even though I'm struggling right now, if I'm being honest, with motivation and with task paralysis. You know, when you have like 100,000 things on your to-do list, and instead of picking one and doing it, I have struggled to do anything on my list. So that's why this video has been such a long time coming. I meant to do it a long time ago, and I meant to put in my usual Jeremy Kroeker spin on it with fancy edits and storytelling and voiceover narratives and stuff. Now, I mentioned the YouTube channel, and I mentioned that I need to 10x it if it's going to be any help to me financially. I might even need to 100x it. Like, it has to really improve from what it has been. And to do that, I've got a plan. Walking through mud. Look at that. I'll show you what I'm walking through before I talk about YouTube anymore. It's kind of muddy, kind of slippery. It's not too cold though. A lot of bugs here. Anyway, so the plan for the YouTube channel is to really lean into it, and my goal is actually to do weekly video updates from the road. Now, the weekly updates will be kind of a day in the life, which means there will be a natural time delay kind of baked into the formula. So the first video will be day 1 on the journey, then a week later will be video number 2 about the second day of the journey. So you'll never quite find us like exactly where we are in real time, and we're doing that for 2 reasons. Reason number 1 is it's not really a good idea to be very specific about your location when you're traveling anywhere in the world, but especially in some of these countries that we will be going through. It's good to have a little bit of mystery, like, where are they? Oh, this video is from Spain, but I thought they were in, like, you know. So that's one reason why we're going to have a bit of a baked-in delay. The other reason is because of YouTuber burnout. That's a real thing, and I've never tried to do weekly updates before. All the wisdom and advice is that to be successful at YouTube, you want to be consistent and regular and frequent, but also YouTuber burnout is real, and I don't know how I'm going to handle this self-imposed kind of pressure. So I'm going to give myself some time. I'm turning around now because I just got a text from Elle saying that she's going to come meet me for her lunchtime walk, and I've crossed 2 bodies of water so she won't be able to find me. This is what I'm going to go through. It's a bit deeper there. It's a bit muddy. Anyway, so this is to break the inertia of this video. It's a walk and talk, stream of consciousness kind of thing. I'm not going to do much editing to it. And that's also something that, you know, there will be a change in the channel a little bit. My YouTube channel has been kind of typically characterized. Whoa! Jeez, I almost... Okay, don't fall, Jeremy. This is a no-fall zone. Oh, I'm up to my thighs. Concentration. One moment, I'll get right back to the narrative. Yeah, so my YouTube videos are typically like maybe overwritten. I spend a lot of time writing voiceover. I spend time collecting B-roll. I'm not saying I'm a great videographer. There's a few different styles of making YouTube videos. There's the Ed March style. He spends months crafting a film, you know. I know that his hero is Austin Vince, who is a proper filmmaker, and I would put Ed March in that category. And then there's moto vlogs, just like daily, I did this, I went here. And, you know, I've kind of found myself in the middle, not comparing myself to proper filmmakers or proper vloggers for that matter. But, you know, I did what I could to deliver some humor and a narrative that was cohesive, unlike this video. And that's kind of my point. A change is coming in this channel. If I'm going to do weekly video updates, I'm going to have to let something go. And I think that something is maybe quality control. I'm going to do my best to capture everything in the moment, including the dialogue and the explainer part of the video, so that I don't have to go back and then write a voiceover and do all of that kind of stuff. So if you're a fan of what I do, or a casual observer, or even just generally vaguely aware of the kind of videos that I make, you might see a shift. It might turn into a little bit more of a just a travel log, just so that I can get the weekly updates flowing. I'll show you the river again. Got to walk back over there. I also do have memberships open on my channel. I've got a few members, paying members of my channel, and to you I say thank you very much. What's the benefit of being a channel member? Well, there isn't much of one. The only benefit really is you do get early access to some of my videos, so you get to see them about a week earlier, which may be of interest to you. You get a little badge beside your name that says you're a member, so you stand out more when you're making comments. If I ever get thousands of comments on my videos, then that will help you stand out. But mostly being a paid member is just your way to say, I like what you're doing, here's a couple of bucks. It starts, like the memberships start at like $3 a month. I guess I'm not really much of a salesman for channel memberships. Hey, I made it back to Elle West. This is Elle West. I was telling you about her.
Where you been?
Well, I just walked across the water. I did a quick walk and talk to camera. It was unscripted and it wasn't awesome, but I got everything that I wanted to say out. We're planning to go to Africa, me and you, and we don't know how long we're going to be gone.
No, I don't know.
So,
It's exciting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So follow along, and I hope we can provide some entertainment for you, and we can be entertaining for each other too.
I'm sure there'll be some entertainment one way or another.
Oh, one thing I didn't mention actually is we will also be doing regular updates with Jim Martin from Adventure Rider Radio.
Adventure Rider Radio.
So tune in to my YouTube channel, which is just Jeremy Kroeker. I'm also, and we are both on Instagram and TikTok. I'm not very active there.
Blue Sky.
And then also Adventure Rider Radio with Jim Martin. My name is Jeremy Kroeker, and I have excellent ideas. Whoa! Okay, you don't want to... Woo!